Welcome back.
Take 6. Action.
James, Shannon, Monkey Man Sports.
That's me.
We have a small PSA reveal video for you
Yes.
that we just got back from PSA from grading a few cards.
Our first foray into grading collectible trading cards and of all sorts.
And before we dive into it, we do want to remind you about a giveaway we have coming up as soon as we hit 150 subscribers.
Yes, we do.
We have 2 Prism hangers from Wemby's Chase here, as well as a Bowman U Chrome Blaster box. So once we hit 150, we'll put a video out for how to enter. But we want to give them away.
They're heavy.
They're full of gold
with
in
the
there.
weight of the expectations of the polls. Can we give them away today?
No, not yet.
Why?
We need more subs. So please hit that subscribe button.
Well,
Stick
just
around.
so you, I want to give it away today,
stuff.
but she won't let you have it until we're at 150, okay?
Seriously.
Write that down.
So,
PSA.
Yes.
Did we get 9s? Did we get 10s? Are we going to crack all these slabs and
We
send it
actually
right
don't
back?
even know, because we did do it through a third-party grader.
Yeah.
So we could kind of guess a little bit based on the price, because PSA changes how much they bill you.
We think we know what happened with
we think we know what
one.
happened. We think we know what happened with a couple. We've got a couple that are up in the wind here.
All right, so first card's up is what?
The first card up is our, I'll just bring this over so you
It's
can
a
see.
Lugia. We can throw a photo on the
It's a
screen.
Lugia alt art. And,
And
actually, I think I have a little video of it.
It's a big pull. We think this gemmed. And we think it gemmed because we got the big upcharge.
We got the big bill,
And the upcharge was for the collectible card, not the sports card. And we only sent one Pokemon card.
Yeah. So we pretty much know that this is a...
There we are.
Gem Mint 10.
Is that pretty or what?
So we've been sitting on this one for a few years. We actually pulled it when Gabe was
That's
about
not true.
3.
We put it away in a sleeve.
Oh.
If we sat on our
we
cards.
weren't physically sitting on it. I never would have got a
ruined
10.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. But, you know, it's been sitting on a shelf in a sleeve and a top loader for many years.
Yep.
And,
Since 2021 when I pulled it out of the first pack of the first Pokemon pack I
that
bought.
you opened, So literally we were deciding what cards to send, and we're like, well, we have to send this one because the value's just gone up.
It was $200 back when the set first came out. It was like $400 Canadian card now. And now that it gemmed, I mean, yesterday one sold for $1,200. PSA 10.
Canadian, but yes.
12, yes. Well, Canadian pesos and there for everything because we're stuck here. We're not allowed to leave.
The next card we have is actually a TJ Watt Optic Holo from his rookie year.
So I set this to be graded purely because I want that card in a slab because I love this card.
Yes.
And it's part of my PC. And I'm expecting... If I get a 9, I'd be thrilled.
Yeah.
And I say that because I know there's a surface issue on the holo, and holos are notoriously difficult from everything we read.
We also didn't care. It was just like one to have in a slab for the PC.
Yeah.
Because we knew it's not going to gem, but we'll see if
how pretty that is.
We'll see if it's going to be an 8 or 9.
That is so
that's
sharp.
really nice. Looking good, TJ.
I vastly
Please
prefer that
work
to the
through that
Prism
contract issue. Please.
Yeah, if I just grade this card, then we immediately release him to the Chargers like the rest of the team, I'm going to kill myself.
All right, so 2017 TJ Watt Holo Optic Rookie.
Show me a 9.
That is an 8. Yeah.
Which
is sort of what we expected. We're like, it's probably an 8. Maybe if the grader's having a
quite
good day, we'll get a 9.
And the surface issues in the back, there's none. No
there is a surface issue here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but that's okay.
I didn't think that was going to gem. And 8 is basically, I don't care.
Now,
I wanted that card.
I am going to link some of the comps and stuff as we go through the video so you can see sort of raw versus PSA 9 versus PSA 10, how the grading changes.
For context with this one, you're looking at like $25-$30 if you find the right vendor selling this card still, because it's 2017.
Right.
You're talking 8 years back. If you slab it up and you get a 9, I think it basically doubles that, about 50 or so. And then if it gems, you're looking at close to 200 Canadian. So 150 US, something like that, if it gems, right? So
one of the things I'm going to do too is during the video, I am going to answer the question of did we make any money by grading our cards? How did the grading, how much did it cost us? And how much did we actually gain by upgrading the value of the cards?
Was this a worthwhile business endeavor for what we're trying to do here, or are we just having fun?
And that's going to be part of how we decide how many cards we send for the next round of grading. Which cards we send for the next round of grading.
All good questions. Who's up next?
So we have Caitlin Clark.
Okay, so we had the guy come over and teach us about pre-grading and what they look for and so on for the Lugia and for the last card, which is the Xavier Worthy case hit.
Which is an explosive,
He had only suggested to us to send the Lugia and the Xavier Worthy.
Yes.
He said the explosive and the Pokemon card.
He said they were perfect.
They look perfect and should gem and blah, blah, blah. So we sent those with great confidence. I sent the TJ for fun.
Yeah.
And this card I picked out of all the cards I thought might be worth grading, not because it's super high value, but it's because what I think a 10 is. So I didn't have a look at this card. This is me going through our 4,000 card strong collection.
It looks perfect.
And going, who's a name that is worth investing in longer term that I think I have a perfect example of a card for. So I think this is a gem.
So this is her base rookie. It's not the silver.
No, just the select, but it is a card that is still, I mean, at times there was traded for $40-something raw. And you can still basically pick that up for a 25-30 Canadian raw.
Right. And I think if it's a PSA 9, we're in that sort of $40 to $50 Canadian range.
Yeah.
And if it's a 10, that's more like 80 to 110 if I remember recent comps.
My magic number is $100. I figure if that gems, I could list this card for $100 and have it sold in no time.
Now, in Canada, because we have to go through a third party, we're not allowed to submit to PSA directly anymore since the tariffs.
Yeah.
It does, including the shipping there and the shipping back and everything. It did cost about $45, $46 per card, because we only did 4 of them, to grade them. Canadian. So it's significant, though. Like that's, if you're taking a $30 card.
It's not the same thing as the $15 special through the US when you could just send it by regular mail. We're getting hammered with tariffs.
We're getting hammered.
International shipping. So did we gem it or am I retarded? Oh, we got there. I feel so smart right now.
Yeah.
And those of you that watch the channel know that I sometimes doubt my own opinions. So
that almost never happens.
I'm always right. So that's killer. So we got a gem for Lugia. That's amazing. We got a gem for Caitlin. Yep. That's a really nice looking slab now. We've already got 2 10s. The slab makes it look super legit.
It does actually look really nice.
And we're expecting a slab out of the Worthy.
Yes.
Sorry, not a slab. We're expecting a gem.
Because,
again, those were pre-graded. And the guy literally was here. He had a whole thing. He had like a jeweler's loop. He was checking the corners.
There was a lot of
He found some imperfections on cards I did not originally see. And I think I have a good eye for this stuff.
But he said he could physically see nothing wrong with the Worthy.
Yeah.
He's like, that card is perfect. It's the best card you have. You should absolutely see it.
And we had him look at like 100 different cards. Basically everything that we had that's worth considering and grading at that time. This was months ago. How long was the turnaround time on this?
Well, that was, I think, in February that we did that.
Yeah.
And then I think we didn't do the submission until April.
Sure.
So we sent them at the beginning of April.
June.
Yeah, so it took about just over 2 months to get the cards back.
That's not terrible. It felt like a long time. I kept asking every week, like, what's going on with their slabs?
So here is our Xavier Worthy.
So this is, if you, like raw right now, it's about $200. It's not like a Kaboom. But if it gems, it gets closer to 1,000. And a PSA 9 basically just refunds the cost of the grading, $250, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, shall we see?
Yeah.
Without further ado, it's a 9. So we don't really know why. We were guessing it was going to come back a 9 just because the dollar value for, you want to break the slab?
I think I'm sending it back.
The dollar value on the invoice was like, this is sort of one of the ones like on the lip, where it's like, well, if they, depending on which comps they used, it might have stayed in the basic one, or they could have pushed over. I'm like, well, it didn't strike me as something PSA would be generous with. I was like, I figured if it was close, they would upcharge us. So I had a feeling this was going to come back a 9, not because I think it deserves it, but just based on the invoice that we got. So like James was saying, we never saw any surface issues. The corners are mint. It's a really beautiful card.
It's a gorgeous card. Explosives don't get the love that they probably deserve.
I honestly probably prefer them to the Kabooms. I really love the style of them. But
my only beef with the card is the same beef I have with all cards like that, which is, one, I don't ever pull them myself. Shan pulls them all.
Oh, that's true.
But 2, I just don't love the horizontal cards.
I'm still here for it. But that is something we're going to have to decide is, do we want to send it back? So let us know in the comments if you've ever done that.
Would you send it back? Have you ever tried that? Should we know something before we start cutting this open? Am I going to destroy the card in doing it?
Super curious. Well, I mean, there's lots of videos out there of how to crack your PSA slab to resubmit. But I'm interested if you've ever cracked a slab and resubmitted it. Did you get the same grade? Did you get a different grade?
Yeah, we might do it just for the channel.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Send it right back to them and be like, nope, we disagree. Try it again.
Like, how many times does it take to get the 10?
What kind of newbie fool did you have grading our cards?
Well, I mean, with the dollar value change too, where it's going to swing from like $250, $300 up to like $900 or $1,000. It's like, you can resubmit that a lot of times.
We could submit that card comfortably 6 times.
Yeah, and still make money.
And still make money.
As long as we hit the 10 eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway, there it is. Our first PSA.
Probably send it back, right?
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
But thank you for being here for our first PSA
As always,
Grading
thanks for
Reveal. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here so you can be part of that giveaway when it comes to the channel shortly. You're very excited about your TJ.
I'm happy to add this to my little PC, my slab PC. It's nice.
It's nice.
I'm very excited for this.
It's nice. Thank you so much.